Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Yahushai, Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Yahushai, Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Racha Kodash, the belongs to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone True Well. Salutation to the whole elect out there, you Akim to Sadakim, that do this thing in the utmost truth and sincerity. I'm the priest Shimon. This week's topic is going to be entitled Trump's No Huddle Offense and Elon U.S. Treasury blockchain. Alright, so first and foremost, this dude Trump attended the Super Bowl, which my team won. The Eagles took it. But he was the first sitting president to actually attend one of these things, you know. And Apostle Tahar brings out the point that Nero, okay, which we believe President Trump is Nero reincarnated. You don't have to believe that per se to be saved. I don't want to make it sound like that's a specific doctrine or nothing, but that's just, you know, just speaking as a man, we believe this guy, you know, all the attributes coming back. And one of those great attributes of Nero was he was all about them games, right? The bread and circus games. And Donald Trump is big on the Super Bowl and UFC. Now, I got that no auto offense title from the fact that when he was being pre-game interview, that's what the guy was saying. He was just like, yo, since you got in, you just pretty much been running a no huddle offense, meaning just plays after plays after plays. For those that don't understand football, I believe it's the equivalent of a fast break in the NBA. I'm not an NBA guy. Or to even simplify things more for brothers in the truth, all right, which I'm pretty sure most brothers know what that means. But that's like, you know, imagine we went to camp and we didn't have a main camp. We just all boom, went straight into our individual camps and just broke out. No huddle, you know. So, and he's moving at super fast speeds, man, and that's the Most High acting. You know, this is the book of Matthew chapter 24 verse 22. It says, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. What days? The days of this man's rulership, because if the so-called white man was to continue to run this planet Earth, okay, because he does run the world, most major governments is controlled by a so-called Jew, man, nothing will be saved, man. You see, you know, you see the item lines of the shit they spend the money on, man, putting particular agendas and destroying the world, man. Actually doing a pretty good job, you know, because that's what he was appointed to do. He wasn't appointed to do righteousness, so he's righteous in his wickedness, as the Apostle Tahar would say, because he's doing the obedience of the Heavenly Father. It says, be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened, right? So this man is speeding things up, running that no huddle offense, man. And 1 minute you're reading the news, you're like, all right, let me go do a show on this. Boom, something else he's doing. You know what I'm saying? So this guy's moving super fast, pretty much, because it seems like, you know, he had years to plan. You know what I'm saying? The first time he was inexperienced, he didn't have the best people around him. Now, you know, and this is how things work. Like, you know, like when you're in a war room, or you're doing strategic planning or whatever, and you know, you have a council together in any sort of corporation, you know, you say, okay, well, we're gonna pose this, and what if they say this, then we're gonna react with that. You know what I'm saying? So it seems like as soon as Trump puts in a particular play and the opposition comes with a counter, he already said, okay, we're gonna do this, and if they do this, we're gonna do that. So their whole team is just moving, man, moving. And this dude, Elon Musk, all right, I keep saying that Elon Musk, the Doge department, is not an official federal department. You know, I want to go over that and clarify that, because whether you listen to the right, they're going to kind of hyper things up. They're going to sort of give particular hyperboles to either the left or the right, whoever you're listening to. So one of the things is the left is saying is, oh, Elon Musk is completely taking over our government and spying on you and this, that, and the third. The department, the U.S. Treasury, and all these different federal departments is under the executive branch. That's all under Trump. He's the president. That's all under the executive branch. He's not superseding the Supreme Court or Congress. Okay, he could do everything. He could shrink it. He could downsize it. He could repurpose it. The only thing he can't do is completely take it away. Okay, he can't take away. He can't completely eliminate a department agency. He has to go through Congress for that. Same too, he can't also add. So Elon Musk has been given government clearance, okay, to audit these different federal agencies, and what they're coming to find is that they've been laundering a lot of money, having it, a lot of the aids that's supposed to be going to and shit like that is not even going to the aid. So that's the whole big news on that, which, guess what? This is what they ran on, so it should come as no surprise. Now, one thing Elon Musk said is that the U.S. Treasury should be on a blockchain, right? Blockchain. So I'm going to try to, he said, let's do blockchain digital ledgers. So I'm going to try to simplify that to the best of my ability, and Lord willing, through the Spirit, can make it easy to comprehend. Okay, so what's a ledger? A ledger is just a documented transaction. Okay, before we had digital statements, the bank, and some banks do, you know, send you a statement, right? Your banking statement. And on your banking statement, it has all the different transactions you did. That's a paper ledger. A digital ledger is the same thing, but you could open it up electronically, right? So that's a digital ledger, right? Just a copy of transactions between you, the bank, and whoever you did business with, okay? Because whatever you buy with your credit card, okay, it doesn't go directly to the person. That money gets sent to the bank, and then the bank clears it and sends it to the individual. So the bank is acting as the mediator between every single transaction you do, okay? Now we got the ledger part down, and we got the digital ledger part down. What is a blockchain digital ledger and decentralized, okay? So the fact that the bank is acting as the mediator between all the transactions we do, whatever we buy and shit, we look upon statements, the bank takes that money, then clears it, and then gives it to the other person. That's centralized. Decentralized is, how can we take the bank out and it's just me and you doing transactions, okay? So that's decentralized, okay? Now let's get to the blockchain part, right? So the blockchain says, okay, we're gonna take away that that mediator, right? But how the hell are we gonna know who to trust, right? How can we trust that you have X amount of dollars in your bank account or what have you? Okay, so we're gonna create a blockchain situation where every single transaction we do, all right, everybody will be able to see it. Okay, so there's multiple parties, okay, that sees this particular transaction. Therefore, it's now decentralized, and every time we go to that transaction, it's put on this digital ledger. That digital ledger is stored on the blockchain, okay? And cryptocurrency has really taken off because that's how people have been doing these different transactions on the blockchain. All right, cryptocurrencies per se, like Bitcoin, isn't blockchain. What the fuck is he doing? Isn't blockchain per se, but it utilizes blockchain. In other words, you could do anything with blockchain. You know, you could log different things. Okay, like if you was at a bookstore and me and you are sharing a book and I sign the book out, I put it in, okay, and then the librarian says, okay, he signs it in and rent it back out to me. That's centralized ledger. A decentralized ledger is, we're gonna take out the librarian, and every time we exchange a book or send it out, everybody in that library knows. That's the best way I can explain it, simplified, okay? So that's what creates the security, that everybody sees it. Everybody sees every single transaction, right? Now, with the whole cryptocurrency thing is, with crypto, there's a fee for that. There's a fee to confirm that all these transactions are legit, and it takes immense amount of computing power to do so, and this is what they call mining or Bitcoin mining. And that's how come when you go through the crypto, whatever, or exchange crypto, there's a gas fee or a particular fee, because that person had to go through work to confirm that every single person on this blockchain, so that this is a legitimate transaction, and they get paid for it. The theory is, the more people on the blockchain, okay, the less these fees will be, and the more smoother the transaction will be. So they're trying to adopt more people onto this blockchain ecosystem, right? And so when Elon Musk says turning the Treasury to blockchain, okay, it will be more like, it'll be less room for fraud and all that type of stuff. It's actually accurate. It actually is true, because they'll be able to audit every single thing. Think about it. Every time you do it's hard to cook the books when you're on a blockchain, because every time you do a transaction, everybody knows about it. And if you want to manipulate that transaction, you have to change the whole transactions, all those previous transactions you have to alter. So it's very hard to cook the books with blockchain. So that's what he's trying to to do, okay? But on a deeper level, all right, now we're going to start prophesying in terms of speaking as, in the spirit. They want to shift the government, all right, to complete digital ledgers, stable coins, government-backed coins, all right? And therefore, when we use these coins, more transactions could be audited. And what they're doing is the same tactic, right? Give up more liberty for security, because yes, it will be less harder to, yes, it'll be more harder to, like he said, commit fraud, all right? But if the goal is to get everybody on this digital ledger, that's more tracking involved, okay? Hey man, Revelation 12:12 says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth, and of the sea, for the devil is come down. The devil has come down unto you, having great wrath." Right, so this man is going to come down with great wrath. Jacob's trouble is upon us. I saw, I didn't see it, but I saw the title, and our brothers were speaking about it. You had these people talking about, don't manifest Jacob's trouble, and the elder out there in South Carolina did a lesson on that. Don't manifest Jacob's trouble. Man, the scriptures tell you the devil is going to come down having great wrath. What the fuck you guys think this is about? You know what I'm saying? Scriptures tell you, through much tribulation shall we enter the kingdom of heaven. So things are getting speed up, man. And that Jacob's trouble is inevitable. It's a part of the scriptures. It says, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Exactly. Hence the no huddle offense, man. The Most High has this thing going by very quickly. So they want the government to adopt, as Trump said, he wants the United States to be the crypto country of the whole world, all right? And the goal ultimately is to bring everybody on digital ledgers, all right? Every single transaction will be tracked. They'll put it as, okay, we can prevent fraud, which is true, but if you think about it, it's very subtle in a way wherein, like, they could just see more shit. So the idea of a CBDC, a central bank digital currency, and a stable coin situation, okay, where they could, they're doing everything through a digital ledger, in essence, it's sort of the same thing, when I was looking this stuff up, they're saying it was impossible. Is it not impossible? It's very hard to hack a blockchain because it's so layered and complex, and there's so many different people looking at every single transaction. But they were saying one way to do it is, if somebody has 51% of all those transaction controls of all those ledgers, they could, in theory, cook the books, even though it's extremely difficult. But so when you hear these different platforms got hacked or you lost crypto, it's normally due to the platform, okay? Blockchain is very hard to hack, but Ecclesiasticus 12:10, we never trust this devil. You know what I'm saying? If he could say one thing out of his mouth, oh, it's for this, it's for that, it's for more of this, but really when you look into it, okay, guess what? It's not really for fraud. It's really for more control and ease us into that RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast found in the book of Revelation 13:16 on down, which I won't be able to read because man, there's a lot of topics, man. I only got to bring out like 2 scriptures and quote a couple, man, because this stuff is just, it's a lot coming out, brothers. I told myself, if I ain't put this show in, then I bet you something else is gonna come out today. So times is speeding up. This man is moving. We love it. Okay. The restructuring and downsizing of governments, cutting all these different agencies, and trying to adopt everything on a blockchain digital ledger. Even for more safety, you could say, well, we need to put a stable coin in there, right? We need to put a government currency in there where it's hard to hack and hard to steal and this, that, and the third. And gradualism, that's going to lead next to ultimately the all roads leads to the chip. But we got excited about that, man. All right, so Lord willing, another thing too Elon wants to do is put that Neuralink, man. All this shit is just All the shit, the puzzle pieces is coming together. The Most High is putting all his pieces together. With that, I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, Ba'Hashem Rachak Kodash. That belongs to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, which you well. Salutations to the hopeful elect out there. You Akim to Zadakim. That do this thing in the utmost truth and sincerity. Shalom.